trying to do the other way. Freaking crap. Oh well. Good morning, YouTube. How are we doing this morning? I'm ready to. Spidey sense was saying something. Summer hits, you know what I mean? I can't wait. Let's get almost ready to go. All right, let's get to moving. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, let's get moving here. I just happened to see a video where there's a Spanish woman and the guy, I don't think he's African American, I think he's African, and pissed him off in the gym. And all these guys are trying to hold the guy back, trying to get to her, because she did something, and she said something. And guys, let's just be real here this morning. That guy, he finally got through and slapped her. And I'm gonna say this before I say anything else. There's no reason for violence. None at all. I've seen many videos. There's one where this woman was ragging on this big dude. This guy was bulking. He must have been from the Middle East. But he was bulking. I mean, he's big, and he's just ragging on him, saying how bad his how bad his appearance was, and so forth and so on. And see, when you do stuff to people like that in public, you don't know where they've been. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know, what kind of tight leash they're on. See, women are brought up that y'all can do no wrong. And a real man does this, and a real man does that, and a real man does this, and a real man doesn't, a real man just takes it. Well, nah. I'm sorry. I come from a dysfunctional household, and, because I'm going to tell you my story too. Because most of the time, I've heard all this, what a real man does, and it usually comes from an ignorant woman that don't know nothing about what it means to be a man. Nothing about what it means to be a boy. We're brought up to hold in all of our feelings. We're brought in to take it like a man. If you stub your toe, you hurt your knee. Do not cry. And you wonder why you have all of these serial killers and all of these dysfunctional people, these dysfunctional men, because they were never allowed to You know, let it go, let it loose, let it whatever. Now I understand. And I'm probably gonna ain't nobody gonna watch this. Nobody watches half of my stuff anyway, so I don't care. But I was just brought into remembrance of the abuse that I used to take when I was younger. The abuse that I used to take in my first marriage. I just celebrated 8 years of marriage. April will be 10 years together with this woman. Best effing thing ever happened. But before that, I lived in dysfunction. Before that, I lived in pain, loneliness, sorrow, and just a whole lot of freaking hurt. Before that, I had to take a whole lot of crap. I was married to this ghetto behind woman that thought everything had to do with a knife. You couldn't have an argument. You couldn't have a heated conversation without violence ensuing. Well, let me tell you about my background. I grew up where my father constantly cheated on my mother, and they fought tooth and nail, battle royale. Man, you never saw a dysfunction unless you was in my house. And I even got a half brother because of this mess. And he hates me. I don't know how you hate me when you messed up our family. Sorry behind. You know what I'm saying? But I watched a lot, and I mean literally, my mother at once she just lost it. My father used to own a repair shop, and from across the street, she pulled up because she found out he was cheating on her and had a baby by this other woman. She pulled up with I believe it was my father's .22 rifle and started taking pot shots at him. Just missed it. I mean, one of the bullets grazed his nose. They fought when he would try to leave the house. She'd get in the car and they'd have crash up derbies down the street. The kids would try to jump in and we would get, we would go through so much stuff. I watched him beat on her and there's nothing I could do about it as a young child. But in my mind, I developed a situation. In my mind, I developed a problem. In my mind, I developed a thing that I would never hit a woman. My girlfriend, later on in the years, after watching all this stuff, who I later married, she knew my background. She knew what I went through. She knew that, I didn't want that violent life. She knew I didn't want the pain. She knew I didn't want this type of, to live this way. But she took advantage of the situation. That's a lot of time. See, y'all, we see this YouTube and we see this TikTok, and I'm not talking about you women that have been abused. I'm not talking about you women. And you don't deserve to be abused. You don't deserve the pain and suffering. Seek help, leave, call the cops, get them arrested, the whole 9 yards. I'm not talking about y'all. But I'm talking about the ones that abuse men. Men get abused too. Because men don't want to hurt women. I don't want to raise my hand to nobody. And my wife would do it. And I remember I was in the military. Long story short, got in a heated argument. She grabbed the knife. And I grabbed the chair like, step back. I grabbed the chair to prevent her. And then she grabbed that was the days when I rolled 40 ounce. She grabbed a 40-ounce beer bottle, broke it in half. And, I'm trying to get to the door. She got me, I'm like, yo, this, we not doing this. I'm not trying. I don't want to hurt you. I'm trying. I didn't raise nothing. I just had the chair up to block her, cause, from doing that. I don't even remember what the argument was about. She dialed 911 on a military base and hung up. 2 minutes later, MP showed up. They come in, our home, and they see a broken glass on it. Who did this? She did. They look at who pulled out the knife? Who had the knife? She did. And they said, who did something else? She did. Next thing you know, I was being handcuffed and removed from my home. And I understand, because there's the stories up in Connecticut about, what the cops are called to this one place over and over and over, and the man was never arrested, so, it's automatically assumed it's the man. And again, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right. Don't raise your hand to nobody. Don't raise your hand to nobody. But I had to go through anger management classes. I'm sitting here in amazement. I had to go through anger management, and the council was talking all that, and all these other guys they were telling stories about their wife beating on them, and I'm like, this is crazy. I literally had to go through this. But back to the other story. The guy on the train, the lady was ragging on him so bad and mushed him in the face, and he still didn't do nothing. But then she slapped him, and the guy lost it, and he hit her so hard you could hear it. He slapped her back so hard it echoed it echoed through the cabin. And again, I don't advocate violence, but did that lady deserve that? You going around thinking you could just do anything to anybody. Y'all see that it was on TikTok. The two drivers are having an altercation. Two women, but the man got out of the car and said, "Hey, calm down. Don't you tell me to calm down." And then got in his face. And the guy was trying, he said, "Look, just calm down, blah, blah, blah." And while he was walking away, she reached around and knocked the piss out of him while he was walking away. He turned around, grabbed her, body slammed her, and then they left. Is that right? I'm not saying it was right. Good morning, welcome in. Is that right? I'm not saying that's right. But the fact is, we need to start teaching each other that nobody put your hand on nobody. And if the altercation starts to raise up, you need to call the police and let them deal with it. But most of the time when the police come up, they're going straight to the woman. They're going straight to the woman. And I'm not saying that's the bad thing. All I'm saying is, look, keep your hands to yourself. And my question today is it ever okay for a woman to raise her hands to a man? Well, the man is stronger. Let's go that route. Well, the man is stronger. He can do whatever. He might be stronger, but emotionally, he's probably 9 times out of 10 weaker. So why would you want to set someone off by slapping the piss out of them? Because you think that that it's okay for you to do it. Why would you do something like that? You don't know what that person has been through. Me, you don't want to do it. Because it won't be the fact that you slap me. I might have an allergic reaction. I might have a flashback. In the beginning of my YouTube career, I had many flashbacks. That's why we start laughing, and I give a warning of me yelling and screaming. I might have a flashback of when someone hit me. Some woman hit me. I remember my first wife. She would get in my face, because this is what a lot of women do. I'm not saying all women, but this is what a lot, and I'm venting today because I'm having a flashback. This is what a lot of women would do. They lose respect for you. They lose respect for the good guy that don't want to hit a woman. They lose respect for the good guy that don't want to raise his hand to you. They lose respect because you was brought up to respect a woman. But then when you've been pushed into a corner like when dogs push a cat into a corner and the cat finally raises up the fight. This is what happens. And then you're like, oh, well, real man wouldn't hit it. You don't know mentally what's going on in my head. You don't know mentally I'm a man on the outside, but inside I'm a child crying out for his mama. And you slapped the piss out of me. Hello. I remember my first wife, because she knew I was under constraints because of the story I told you earlier. She'd get in my face and go ahead and hit me. I dare you. I dare you. You B-word. You B-word, you N-word. I dare you, you punk. You little B. I remember that. Oh man, I remember it as clear as day. And all I could do was have tears come streaming down my eye. And that's what I'm asking. Because we have these new words now. Oh, you sassy. You sassy. No, I'm not sassy. I'm just saying, look. Why does it have to come to this? Why did it ever have to come to this? Why do you have to do those things and think it's okay? Why do you have to resort to violence and think that's okay? It is never okay. Yeah, exactly. Yes. There's many times when you walk away. But then again, I said sometimes, a lot of times, you have either a real man, but sometimes you'll see a man and you don't realize that that's a facade. That's a facade. Because we've never been treated like a man. We've never been appreciated as a man. We've never been loved and cherished as a man. And then you wonder why men do what they do. I'm 57. I'm still trying to figure this mess out. And when I ever figure it out, I talk to my son and try to give him some, tips. Hey, watch this, watch that. Don't do this, don't say that. I'm in public. I stay to myself and mind my business. And I say that to say this. I just celebrated, and I'm on the road, and it's so funny. I was going to sleep last night, and I totally forgot it was our wedding anniversary. I was like, it's the 10th. What's important about the 10th? I'm sitting there laughing, and we were both laughing on the phone. But God put the right woman in my life. because my innermost being was a child crying out to be loved. Her innermost being was a child crying out to be loved. And we learned how to love each other. We learned how to love each other. I never even thought about raising a pinky to this woman. I never thought about, I'll raise my voice, but it's because my feelings are hurt. My feelings. I don't ever want God could be in someone else's life, a better life, to think that I don't want to hurt this woman's feelings. That's the first thing I think about when I say something come out my mouth. When something comes out my mouth, the first thing I say is I don't want to hurt her feelings. So watch my mouth. Watch my actions. Because she tells me stories. I'm not going to tell you, but she ain't had it good either with her first husband. Some abominable stuff was done. And I said to myself, there's no way I would ever. But God forbid the fool that would even try to hurt her. I'm not the one. But I say all that to say, because I sound like I'm a violent person, but I'm not. I am the most kind and gentle person. And I say this to say, I'm saying, yeah, I'm all over the place, but I'm saying that, is it ever right? Just because you think you have the upper hand, I can slap it, he don't do nothing about it. Does that make it right? Does that make it okay to be violent to another person? It doesn't. It doesn't never make it okay to be hurtful, to be, to say stuff, and to raise your hand to anyone. I cannot emphasize that enough. But we see all these videos where you think it's okay to say the N-word. No, man, you might not want to do that. You might not want to do that nowadays. You think it's okay to get in somebody's face and spit. You might not want to do that. You think it's okay to call people out of their name. You might not want to do that. You don't know what the heck someone else done been through. Why do you think I got like 24 points till I get platinum on Carnival. I just looked it up last night. But I look at the pictures on my wall. I have an adventure wall. I call it an adventure wall. That's the last 10 years of my life. I threw every other picture out before then. I got 1 or 2. The last 10 years of my life. I have lived my life to the fullest and have never thought of the stuff that we're talking about right now. Never, never, never. But I think cruising is fun anytime. We talk about relationships. You hear all these relationship gurus. There was one that is a big one. I used to watch it all the time. They broke up, and it's so funny. They talk about that one of them, that's a very articulate woman. Turns out she's got 5 or 6 kids, 4 baby daddies, but she's a relationship guru. Yeah, you're a relationship guru because you keep on effing them up. Yeah, you're a relationship guru, and you could like grow on that. Yeah, I've screwed up so many times. I finally figured it out. Well, the same thing. I screwed up so many times. I finally figured it out. I figured out that I needed to get away from my family, my initial family. I don't talk to none of them except for my oldest sister and my oldest brother. I don't talk to none of them because I don't want to go that route. I don't want to go that route of the reoccurring hate, the reoccurring violence, the reoccurring foolishness. I like just laying in the back of my truck and looking at YouTube and putting a smiley face on there. And I gotta tell that story one day. I'm gonna tell that story again one day why I only put a smiley face. If I engage if I engage in a comment on YouTube, boy, you done did something to me. You done did something. You done did something. Because see, I went through so much in my first marriage that I'm an empath. That means, that I can feel certain things and whatever, but I'm not, I don't have an experience in it. I'm an emotional empath. But my first marriage was so bad that my subconscious locked the empath tendencies behind a locked door, chained it up, put a minefield in front of it so I couldn't access it. And I sat there in misery for almost 20 years, thinking I deserved it. Thinking I deserved the humiliation. And I didn't. No one ever deserved to be humiliated. No person ever deserved ever to feel like they're alone in a crowded room. I finally, after 24, 25 years, finally decided to walk away. And I was terrified. I felt so alone for so long. Until Norma came into my life. And I'm just like right now, I'm trying not to tear up. Because I don't ever have to be defensive. You don't need it. If you got to be defensive, you're with the wrong person, man. If you got to be worried about being hit in an argument, you're with the wrong person. If you constantly hear a real man does this and a real man does that. I remember I dated this one woman. She would say that all the time. I said, well, do you have a penis? And they said no. I said, then shut up, because you don't know what a man goes through. None of y'all know. None of y'all, other than the other men in the chat, in the conversation, none of y'all know what someone goes through. Because we go through a whole lot. We go through a whole lot of hidden pain. We go through a whole lot of hidden hurt that you think, no, just toughen up. No, I can cry and still knock the piss out of someone who confronts me. I can turn on the relief valve and be hurt emotionally and still body slam y'all behind. I'm not talking women. I'm just saying y'all. You equate your strength as being a man. But see, as an empath, my emotions are set off tenfold. It is the biggest curse that a person can get. And you're so sensitive. Dang, all right. So you need to learn. And it's so funny. When I first met Norma, I was trying to warn her. I didn't even know I was an empath. I tried to warn her. I said, look, there's a way to talk to me that you get anything out of it. But but there's a way not to talk to me that I will never ever go through again. If you talk down to me, that's the worst thing you can do to me. Because I've been talked down to by the best. I've been humiliated by the best. I've been hurt by the best. Evil, narcissistic people that I thought loved me, that thought cared about me. I've been hurt by the best. But I've also been loved by the greatest woman I've ever known. I would give her the world if I had it. I'm just broke. I'm just a broke truck driver right now. I'd give her the world if I had it. But I don't. But I'd give it to her if I had it. You know? And I asked myself, well, I wish I could have went through, I wish I could have met you earlier in life, but would it have worked? Or would what I'm going through right now and the appreciation of being married? Because I wanted to know what a real marriage was. I know it now. Everybody talks about the honeymoon stage. I'm still in it. After 8 years, I'm still in it. I still giggle when she calls. I still smile and say, "Hey, babe, good morning. What's going on? What you doing?" Even when I'm mad, I'll just shut down. I won't talk to her for about a day or two until I can say it with be respectful. Even when I'm mad, even when my feelings get hurt. You know, we need to learn that men have feelings. All men. And the biggest, loudest ones are the ones that are hurting the most. The ones that are loudest, the ones that are hurting the most. All a guy ever wanted, we always talk about that word respect. We just want to be respected. We just want to be appreciated. It was so funny. I was home for a day and I'm looking at the alarm. I said, what? And I looked at the thing and a battery was dead. I thought it was the main battery, but it turned out to be the on one of the motion detectors. And when that whole situation happened, I went into protection mode. Dun, dun, dun. The home needs me. I have to go to Home Depot and get the right piece of equipment to fix the equipment that, the blah, 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 blah. Went to Home Depot, got the right battery, put it in there, fixed it. And I was walking around with my chest puffed out. Because I'm the man of the house. And I fixed the problem. We're fixers. We're the men. We must learn how to fix things. That's why we love cutting lawns. And I want to beautify my lawn looks like a project. It's going to be an incomplete project for a couple of years. But when I finally get it green, I just want to do that because it's horrible. I just want to be appreciated and say, great job, good job, buddy. Take out the garbage, good job, buddy. I don't want you're pathetic, you're a sorry excuse for a man, and you're a piece of crap, you're a piece of doo-doo, I make more money, so I'm gonna talk down to you. Where do we do that at? Where do we do that at? A lot of us guy in there. Check him out. Cruising is fun anytime. They cruise all over the place. Polite and nice and just as wonderful people you've ever met in your daggone life. There's a guy, you know, he's out of Connecticut, comes on all the time. Urban Garden Chronicles. Up in Canada. Inside the house because he lives in. You found your peace. 8 years ago, I was in such confusion and such pain that I didn't know where my peace was. I didn't know what peace was. You know, like this morning, I had the hardest time waking up. I mean, I was up, but I didn't want to get up. I didn't take nothing to put me to sleep. I just took some magnesium, and I learned to don't take the D13 and the B1 at night because it'll keep you up. But I got up and I was thinking, because we're getting closer and closer to our next cruise. I've never been more happy in my life than because I don't have to think about past violence. I don't have to think about future violence. I just think about being goofy and happy and appreciating stuff that I never knew was even possible. I hit the limit of 1,300,000 views. Someone decided to look at my goofy behind and my goofy life. 1,300,000 views. I think it's 300,000. Wow, man. I never thought that was even possible. Never gonna get the hours, but you know, 1,300,000 views. Never thought to get that. But see, sometimes you got to walk through the fire to get to paradise. Sometimes you got to walk through the valley of the shadow of death. And I will feel, you know why why that story says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Thy rod, thy staff, it comforts me. The person so much pain, so much suffering, that they finally just said, look, I'm going to trust in God with all my heart. I'm not going to lean to my own understanding. In all ways, I'm going to acknowledge him. He's going to direct my freaking path. Because I got no other choice. Because every time I do something, I screw it up. When I don't want to hurt you, after you hit me, you lose respect for me because I didn't fight back. But you said a real man don't hit a woman. What? But you lose respect for me because I don't hit you back. Well, I don't want to hit you back. You know why? Because my father hit my mother all the damn time. I don't want to hit you. But you lose respect for me because I have restraint and I don't want to hurt a woman. Make that make sense. But that's what goes on in some mentality, some minds of certain people. Those are the people that you have to vet and say, look, I don't need you in my life. You're cooking. I don't need you in my life. I need, it's so funny. I look at, it's a sister, and she does, you can tell that she's been through something. I can sense it through the daggone phone. But she's happy by herself. She's happy, getting on the train from one side of Canada to the other. She's happy going, and I find so much enjoyment of watching these videos. The last one, she drove the Alaska Highway all the way to, Prudhoe Bay. It's where we're going. We're going to Alaska in 584 days from now. And we're going to go to the Prudhoe Bay and all of that other stuff. One thing I want to do is I want to go look at the what you call it, the ice caps or whatever the heck they call it. I want to do that. So I'm gonna start paying on that. But when you done been on the battlefield for so long and you decide that it's time to retire, you want to retire with the right person, even if the right person is no person, and you just by yourself. No one needs it. We go back to the question: when is it a right time? Is it okay for a woman to hit the man? It's never okay. It's never okay to raise your hand to nobody unless it's in defense. If you're defending yourself, defend yourself. I'm not telling you, but be dialing 911 real quick while you running, running away. It's never okay to raise your hand to nobody. It's never okay. But if you have to defend yourself, I remember this is how I grew up. I had this prerequisite. I had to walk away. I had to do this. I had to not. If I didn't, I got into so much trouble. When it was time to fight, I had to count down the steps every time. And my father would ask me. I remember I got suspended for beating the bejesus out of this dude. And the father said, "Did you do this? Did you try to walk it?" "Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir." "Okay, then. You ain't got no problem with me. I'll go talk to your principal." Because I never wanted to hurt anyone. Don't confront me. Leave me alone. Don't bother me. Leave me alone, just like I'm going to leave you alone. The workings that you see, when you see my goofy behind trying to fix the lawn or mow the lawn, that is 57 years of finding my way through the darkness. When you see, hey, welcome to the channel, that's 57 years of me finding peace and losing my way every once in a while. Because, yay, we fall down, but we get up. Sometimes you're going to fall down, but don't stay down. Get up. Get up. If the doctor says this, look for alternatives. If you're overweight, lose some weight. Not because it's healthy, because if losing weight takes away some of that pain, it's better for you. Oh, but you fat shaming. Yeah, I'm fat shaming because I used to be 300 plus. But I have the right. I can fat shame. Get up off your behind. Find the right vegetables to eat. Do you know when you start eating right, it actually helps your mental stability. You be happy for no daggone reason. Why? Because you ain't been gurgling all them potato chips all day long. You actually had some broccoli and some celery and some hummus. You feel what I'm saying? Look, when you look at all these books, and they talk like I don't know. I ain't been. I know this sounds stinky booty confession. I ain't been pooping right because I stopped. The mushroom coffee. It's got for gut health. I got to get that stuff again, man. Because once you fix your gut, and your gut is connected to everything else, it's gonna fix. It's gonna change the chemical stability of everything. And then you wonder, why am I mad? Why did I start that argument? Why did I raise my hand to this person? It might be because that's what you saw as a child. You saw your mother and father fighting, and your father or your mother slapping your father, or your father hitting your mother. And you thought, and you subconsciously thought that that's okay. It's okay. Just like a lot of you women, like a lot of these younger women that get with the drug dealer. Well, the drug dealer's treating you like you're a piece of his property, so he can treat you any old way. That's not the one you want to be with. Well, the good guy is boring. Boring is good. Boring is okay. Trust and believe. Because that boring guy is going to defend you with all of his health, strength, and heart, mind, body, and soul. I'm telling you, you don't even know. I'm telling you. 8 years, actually 10 years together. I walk around, and all I can say is thank you, Lord. Thank you for this life that you've given me today. Thank you that I can look over and have my friend, my confidant, my lover, my whatever by my side. And when they're not by my side, spiritually still there. Still there. I don't have to walk people. A lot of times a lot of us are in relationships where we're walking on eggshells. I remember, and it's not funny, haha. But everybody gets they get in their feeling when they say, "Well, I'm the prize." How are you the prize? Who dubbed you the prize? You just been listening to them lies all these years. You're not the prize unless the recipient says it. I'm not the prize, but if my wife thinks I'm the prize, I'm her prize. I'm not the prize, I'm her prize. You see what I'm saying? She thinks I'm better than Big Bread. But I'm good with that. And guess what? I eat healthy because I want her to look at me that way. I try to be healthy because I want her to look at me that way. I want to exercise not because I want to get in shape, because I want to impress her. That's it. I know that's goofy. But hey, there's a reason behind my madness. I was never appreciated before. I'm appreciated now. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm appreciated now. I got before and after pictures. I would never did on my own. But I know I'll come and I'll see the look on her face. When I want attention, I got like 20 different bottles of cologne. I'll go spray on one of them because she bought all of them. I'll go spray. I'll go take a shower, shave, and clean up, and walk over next to her, and get a hug, and what's that with? I don't know. And I'm playing it off. I don't know. But I'm getting all the love and attention that I want, and all that love and attention that I need. This whole story started out, is it ever right for a woman, is it right for a woman to ever hit a man? But it's also the end result of being in a bad relationship for years and years and years, and then getting out of that and dating and being in another bad relationship, and you're just losing your mind and giving up hope. And then God finally says, hey, high five ones for you. I've been waiting for you to give up. And I found someone that's going to learn how to appreciate you and let that inner child in you grow the heck up. I found one, and I've just been waiting for you to give up for all this foolishness and superficialness. And all these pick-me's that you've been picking wasn't worth your time. I finally got one that's worth the effort to put in to make a positive and strong relationship together with your, and she's going to be the one for you. Till death do you part. And I've never been more happy to be with this person that I'm with. Because I don't have to worry about the question, is there ever right that a woman should hit a man? Nope. And I'm not ever going to give you a reason to raise your hand to me, ever. When I'm going to give you a reason to put your arms out, to hold me, to hug me, to caress me, to appreciate me, just like I'm going to do for you. Guys, I want to thank you for just coming in this morning and let me vent and have a reflex action and thank you for coming in and just hanging out with us for a minute and listening in. And there's some of you guys, I said it, many people, you got to retrain your brain. You don't need to be in 911 status all of your life. If you made it to the top of the valley, or you made it through the valley, it's time to come out of the valley and live your life in peace and love and appreciation. And guys, as always, if you don't think no one loves you, know that I love you, God loves you. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank you for just coming in and being a part of it. Coming up next, Wellness with Fubu Mama. Get your workout on. And positive affirmations. Eddie Lugo Studios is after that. And Cruising is Fun anytime. Check them. I believe they come on at like 9 o'clock. And check out my lawn care friend. And y'all have a blessed day. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Deuces.